So speaking of triggered, we got some cops in Minneapolis that seem pretty triggered. I got this little clip here. The video quality isn't great, but, you know, whatever. I didn't feel like finding another version because that's more work than I need to put into this stupid fucking show. But here's Minneapolis. They did an interview with the media, specifically Laura Ingraham on the Ingraham Angle. Woo-hoo-hoo! Talking about, you know, the riots. The riots.
Third precinct.
Let me raise this fucking volume.
Is still abandoned. There's barbed wire up, there's fencing, it's all fenced off.
I gotta say, this is pretty cool. Like, I am in full support of not, like, bringing this back into action.
The remnants of it being torched that night, it's a monument to anarchy. It's a shock that this is allowed.
A monument to anarchy. Now, that sounds like a great album name. Does anyone want to start a band and our debut album is going to be called A Monument to Anarchy? Like, that's cool.
To stand. What does it feel like being here?
Honestly, it's kind of weird. It brings back a lot of memories, emotions, kind of raw stuff that the whole department and the whole city went through.
Sergeant Andrew Schroeder is in his 8th year with the Minneapolis Police Department, and Lieutenant Jeff Waite has been here for 28 years. They both worked through the riots back when the department had nearly 900 sworn officers. Now, 2 years later, they're down to about 550. What are the biggest challenges you're facing as a police officer here 2+ years after the Floyd killing?
I think one of the biggest challenges is just working with the deficit of officers, working on rebuilding the trust with the community, working on getting more cops to help us.
Okay, so there's a deficit of officers. Meanwhile, they're still capable of going around doing no-knock warrants and murdering people for no reason that are sleeping on couches. But there's a deficit of officers. Oh no. Restoring trust in the community. Well, actually, the community wanted to defund the police even more, right? But they said no, because for whatever reason, I don't know, the mayor is just like, nah. The mayor said he would, but, you know, then later on he was like, nah. Right, so if you want to restore trust in the community, I have an idea. Don't do no-knock warrants. Don't murder people that are sleeping on couches. Like, I don't know, man. Like, there's a lot of ways you can restore the faith in the police department in this community, and it does not seem like they're trying, but of course they're going to say this on Fox News.
And working with what limited resources we have now.
It makes it tough for us to actually just do our jobs without being harassed and cameras in our face when we're just trying to work. I mean, we're not trying to take away anybody's rights.
Oh no. Someone put a camera in my face. Well, you know, let's talk about the historical precedent. When George Floyd was murdered in May of 2020, the official report by the police department was that, quote, a man died in a medical incident. The only way that we actually found out that George Floyd was murdered was because a teenager recorded it on a cell phone. So, if you don't want cameras in your face, I have an idea. Have a body camera on and have it live stream 24/7. Then we won't have a need to put cameras in your face, right? Have a live streaming body camera 24/7. Every time an officer is on duty, body camera's automatically turned on and live streamed. And if there's any interruption with the body cam, if it's covered up by something, they're immediately fired and then thrown in jail for 5 years. How about that? Or you can suck it up and stop fucking being a baby and deal with people posting cameras in your face, because guess what? People don't trust you, and they've done nothing. They have not even pretended to even try one time to restore faith in the fucking community. Jesus fucking Christ.
We're just trying to do our job, and you constantly have people questioning how we do things and telling us that we're not doing things right, and it's nonstop.
So anyway, there's a little clip there of Minneapolis police just like being crybabies on live television. Like, look at this guy, he looks red. Like, look at him, he's red in the face. Like, either this guy had, like, fucking 4 sips from his flask right before going on air, or he's, like, been crying for years now. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Fucking hell. Like, look at these. I've been on the force for 28 years, and yet I am still a crybaby. Like, what the fuck? Oh, my God. It's just embarrassing. Like, they live in an alternative fictional, like, fantasy world, and they, like, want to project their fantasy fan fiction on the rest of us. It's sad, and it's weird. It's weird. They're grown adults. Like, these are adults. These are not kids, like, playing make-pretend LARPing in recess. Oh, I'm a wizard! Woo! Right? Like, these are adults that are just, like, walking around in a fantasy world. Like, it's sad. It's just weird. It's fucking weird. Anyway, I just wanted to play that because cops are fucking stupid. But there you go.